Hey guys, what's going on? This is Josh from Spotted Euros, and look, I still have it. I still have the 2009 Touareg TDI. This video, I think it's been 2 years. Anyway, it's been a lot of miles, but we're going to review, check in on the Touareg TDI. Stay tuned. There it is right there, 208. Okay, just like I said, in this video we're going to talk about this Touareg. Now, there's a long history of this Touareg and it's pretty well documented on this channel. So if you care to hear any more, when we bought this, what it looked like, all that kind of stuff, go ahead and look back in some of my videos. You can see I took a pretty long hiatus, but here's a new video and here is an update on the Touareg. Let's first look at the condition. Now, I should say, it's probably in the title, but this Touareg, believe it or not, maybe you believe it, hopefully you don't, but this Touareg has 208,000 miles. Don't take my word for it. There it is right there, 208. Recently, I did a full cut and polish on the Touareg, so I think it looks really good. It sure shines up really well, and overall it looks really good. I got this Touareg at 160,000 miles, so I had plenty of miles when I first got it, and luckily the previous owner took pretty good care of it. There really aren't any dents. There are a couple of dents. Not sure if you can see this one right here, but there's not much body damage on the Touareg. Now, the front end is probably the place where, just like most cars, it kind of shows the most wear. So the headlights, I'm constantly trying to get them to not look yellow, and this is about as good as they get. I should probably just buy some new headlights. The front bumper, there's a little bit of the cap here popped off. This was from the previous owner, of course. There are some license plate holes in the bumper, but overall super clean, especially for the mileage. The hood was starting to fade. I did a video a while back about bringing the hood back. I just did that once again because it was starting to do the same sort of thing. And then the same thing with the roof. The roof was fading pretty bad. So just the other day I went through, made everything look good. These wheels, these are off of a Q7, 18-inch wheels. I really like the look of them. And then the tire size is just slightly bigger, 265/60/18, I believe. So overall, super nice. Now, as far as things that are currently wrong, on the outside, not much wrong. I guess only a couple things. Touaregs can be weird. The windshield washers are not working. As you can see, windshield is dirty, and when the windshield's dirty, I drive around with the dirty windshield. The other thing, guys have noticed this plenty in my videos, the windshield is still cracked, which isn't great. The wiper, this isn't really a Touareg thing, but that wiper needs to get replaced. Anyway, windshield side, not doing great. Okay, so now jumping inside the car, this is what I always feel like is pretty interesting. With 208,000 miles, it's interesting to see the wear or not see the wear. A couple of big things. One, we have a little bit of sagging here and on the other side, pretty common on the door cards. Also, not here, right? The door handle. I always laughed at Touareg owners that didn't have the handle here, and then one day I went to close the door and the handle did not stay. I do have it. I know at some point I need to fix it. I can't place it there. Then the moment someone drives the car, they pull it out. The other bad, kind of major bad thing is the headliner saggy. And so I've kind of stapled it up. I know it's kind of not ideal, but there is kind of a hump here. So the moment you are kind of in the front seat, you don't really see it. But overall, I mean, a good look is like, look at the driver's seat. There's no, I mean, there is wear, but there's no ripping. There's not even real, you know, the cushion isn't really depressed here. It's held up really nice. And these are even the tan seats, tan carpets, not the funnest to maintain. I do try and keep this pretty clean. So 208,000 miles, it's kind of what you're looking at. Under the mat's pretty clean. The other thing, there is some, I mean, some of this is dirt here obviously, but then also some of the finishes on the plastic start to peel off. You can only clean them so many times. The plastic around here, definitely all bubbled up, could use replacing, could use some cleaning as well. Almost every Touareg I have owned and have looked at, obviously there is the airbag here with heat, with cool, expand and contract. You almost always get that line if you've ever wondered why that's for them. There is some wear here as well. Some of this would look better if it was probably the dark interior. But overall, I mean, everything, back seat doesn't get used quite as much. Overall, things look pretty good. Trunk still works, right? Automatic trunk, that works fine. I haven't had to replace any of the shocks, although I do have shock replacements. Once again, tan carpet, not the best to try and make it look clean. I do my best, but I also put wheels, tires back here. I got stuff I'm trying to move around. A decent look at basically the condition, the condition of a 208,000 mile Touareg. The nice thing is, I guess I didn't look at the steering wheel. Steering wheel, there's some wear, but really not bad. I've seen plenty of like Jettas with the plastic steering wheels, and those are just chewed up after not nearly as many miles. This trim, I think it's pretty much, there should be a plastic trim here. Those are pretty much just came off. The clips break and then they get in the way, get kicked off. Pretty common. The other thing, window regulators. I don't know if this is a me thing, but I think I've replaced a window regulator, all of them except for the driver's window, which seems crazy to me. The one that gets used the most, of course, this window regulator. I couldn't find one recently, so this is just like zip tied shut. It was winter, now it's spring, summer, so yeah, this window does not roll down. The other thing that I've had issues with are mirrors. These mirrors do not adjust. The motors have gone out. I replaced this mirror recently and have replaced that other mirror before, but I cannot. These mirrors do not work. So I just have to adjust them manually. It's not as bad right now. I'm really the only one driving it at the moment, so the mirrors really don't need to move around too much. And here's the startup. Okay, so we're driving the Touareg. One of the things I definitely enjoy is the power of this thing. So I guess might as well do a little launch. There you go. I actually have not done that very much. I'm surprised it spun the wheels like that. I'm pretty certain that this is still the original shocks and springs and whole suspension setup. I don't believe anything has really been replaced. Maybe they could use replacing, but honestly, day to day, I don't feel it too much. It actually seems to handle really well. The only thing really I worry about would be, well, there's two things. One thing that I can kind of feel day to day driving around. One would be just the transmission. Not necessarily anything too crazy, but if we pay attention to this shifting. Right, so there's second gear. It does still shift smooth. Occasionally it kind of acts like it doesn't know which gear to be in, but overall works just fine. Occasionally in like traffic, and sometimes it wants to hold the gear and then it wants to shift the gear. Occasionally that comes up, but no real slipping, no real hard shifts, nothing really like that. But you know, obviously being a Touareg, I am definitely thinking about the transmission. Outside of that, I mean, it handles fine. I haven't gotten it aligned. It wears through tires just fine. Brakes, everything just is normal. So overall, great car. I don't know if you can hear it, but the control arms could use replacing. Definitely something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Love to get the windshield replaced, the control arms replaced. You can definitely hear them when it's cold outside. You can hear them even more. Just the bushings have kind of gone bad. It's not like the tires moving around too much, but the bushings are definitely on the worn out side. The only other thing that I think about would be timing chains. I've scoured the internet, looked for, you know, people saying, hey, timing chains worn out, had to replace them, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's a matter of people don't simply drive these that much. I know they put this engine in a couple of cars, but I really haven't found much. Feel free to put down in the comments if you do or have experience. But Volkswagen, Audi, even with the timing chain, they don't have a great track record. They do have chains, the 8.4s and the 2-liter has stretch chain issues, worn out guides, all that kind of stuff. Okay guys, there it is. Overall, love this car. It's been great, put plenty of miles on this, and let me know if I should put more, if I should worry about the timing chain, if I should worry about the transmission. Let me know if you would worry. Anyway, thanks guys, thanks for watching.